At a brief chat we caught with Honorable Dr. Samuel Babatunde Adejare, the lawmaker representing Agege Federal Constituency and the Deputy Chairman on Healthcare Services. He spoke with us on the need to have primary healthcare centers across all rural communities in Nigeria and remunerations for medical doctors and other health workers. Honorable Adejare spoke intensively on the intention of the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola TInubu, the rumored aspiration of the Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, and the chances of other presidential hopeful.
I'm Honorable Dr. Samuel Babatunde Adejare. I represent the wonderful, good, reliable and responsible people of Agege Federal Constituency. I'm a Lagosian, proudly so. There are three major health committees in the House and five at the National Assembly. We have two over there at the Senate. We have three in here. We have the healthcare services. We have the health institutions. We have the ATM, AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria, committee. And I'm a member of two of them. I'm not in the ATM. And basically, the major function of my committee is to oversight on all the healthcare, all those health institutions that give services to people, except, like the Ministry of Health, like LCDC, like National Laboratory, Yaba, and a host of others. What we do basically is to oversight and make sure that they run their budget the way it should be done. They should put pay to making sure that what's in the budget is what they follow through in terms of what they will do for that year, in terms of expenditure, in terms of what they will even give to people, to our people. So ours is to go there to make sure that if they say they are building new hospitals anywhere, that they are really building it. And if they, there was a time we discovered that the Ministry of Health has some issues with not being funded properly. We came back here, we sat down with even the Mother Appropriation Committee to really make a case for them, and their budget size was increased. And we've all been yearning that the budget size of the Ministry of Health should be increased, because if you look at what is given to health, it's not even up to 5% sometimes, and it should be 15%. That's what we agreed on, and that agreement was put to paper here in Abuja, and everybody signed, including Nigeria. But we've not even gotten to 8 before, not to talk of 15. And and the proper thing is, in our committee, we are trying to see how we will push our people, push our government to get to that 15. It's not difficult. We just need to be determined and be politically determined that we want to do it. We have the political courage, to do it. We need to look after our people health-wise. If not, how many people are going to be there sick and not contributing their own quota to the national growth? If you are not well, you cannot be productive. You can't. So we need to look after the health of our people a lot. And you see, now, even always, all of us know that prevention is better than cure. We should put all these things. That's why everybody is shouting of how to improve on our primary health care. That's even one of the major things we are looking at in our committee. If you get primary health care right, most of the health demands of people will be taken care of by primary health care. More than 75% of their complaints will be taken care of by primary health care. Most people that are sick is mostly of things like this infectious disease. Most importantly, malaria. Malaria kills a lot of people, even more than HIV, more than COVID. You understand? Now we've been battling with malaria for a long time, and it's still killing people, especially children. You understand? And the thing is that people are not being adequately treated. It's not everybody thinks everybody that can get be sick and get to a pharmacist or a pharmacy or a chemist and buy anti-malaria. There are some villagers that don't even know the way to drugstore, or they don't even have any drugstore in their area. Is it not true? I served in a very rural area. They call the place in Burial has been transformed now. While I was there, it had no light. We had no light. We had no water. No chemist, no drug shop of anything, except the hospital that I was serving in. And you see, a lot of them, in fact, we had to go and do a lot of advocacy visits to their homes to talk to them to come to the hospital. That's even with them there. And believe me sincerely, my brother, we were able to dispense health to those to our local people there. We did a lot of things, operations, yes, angiography, appendectomy, all of them we did over there. So that's what I'm saying about primary health. We can take primary health, can take health delivery to the people right there in their community. Is it every community will build a general hospital? It's not. But we can make sure that before you do a 5 minutes walk, you get a health center. And believe me sincerely, there is nothing they are bringing there. Most of the time, even 80% of the time, that health center will be more than enough. There has to be, in my own, the way we are going about it now is that they have a new model of those health centers that will have well-maintained, equipped delivery centers that will even be manned by a doctor. There is no way. You see, a lot of things are wrong here. If you want to do that and you want it to be manned by doctors, their welfare has to be looked after. Obviously, you cannot tell me as a young doctor to go to the village to start treating people, and you tell me I just have to go there and take all this patrician of money they give to doctors in this time of our life. Their salary is patron. How much are they paying them? And when they increase that of doctors, every other person wants their money to be increased. But we'll get there. I know that apart from providing the health centers, we need to also look at the welfare of all medical workers, not only doctors alone, nurses. But if they want to work at those rural levels, you need to make them comfortable. You need to make them feel, okay, government, we are being looked after too. And they will now passionately dispense their profession, what they need to do at that level. And as far as I'm concerned, there is a committee that has been set up by the president to look at how we will improve on our healthcare services in this country. We need to improve on them. COVID did a lot to us. It made us see that the healthcare system we are brandishing around, it was very defective then, and it wasn't able to stand the test of time in the face of any epidemics. We know that it failed, like most health delivery services all over the world failed during COVID. Even the ones that we've been boasting of, the healthcare delivery of those developed countries, most of them too collapsed in the face of COVID epidemics. COVID taught us a lot worldwide about our preparedness for epidemics. Now the world is better prepared, or we have learned to prepare better than the way we are before COVID came. And that is a worldwide thing. It's not peculiar to Nigeria, but our own case is disastrous when it came. But by the grace of Almighty God and government too, and the ability of government to respond, because we responded well. At least, we contained COVID. Not what you say about us. We still contained the government hospitals and all the rest. The healthcare delivery system of this country still contained COVID to a certain degree that is even much better than those developed ones. Yes.
Okay, sir, the heat and momentum of politics is hitting again, and the national leader of APC, Ahmed Bola TInubu, has declared his intention for presidency. Now, as a lawmaker and politician from Lagos State, do you think he stands the chance of achieving this seat?
He stands the chance. I don't think you are putting the question right. If you are saying he stands the chance, no, if you think he stands the chance, how? How do you mean? That means if Asiwaju does not stand any chance, nobody has any chance in this country. Nobody. Quote me. I'm telling you, you see, look, Asiwaju is not God. It's not a God. He's not God. He's a human being like all of us. But I'm telling you, he's a very diligent, very intelligent, very, very, very matured politician, the godfather of politics. He is also a leader like no leader in this country before, with all due respect to some other leaders that we've had. But believe me sincerely, all these things I've just mentioned now, Asiwaju is even more than that. He has proven himself in this country, any way you want to look at it. He has demonstrated his own kind of leadership phenomenon. He has demonstrated his own kind of governance. He brought Lagos from somewhere down there, where you still have so many of our states, to what we have in Lagos now. Lagos is something else. And it all started with Asiwaju. Don't you ever go far. That is where it started from. He carried out a revolution in Lagos. And people are doing as if they are blind. They can't see. We will make them see. We will make them see. You see, go to Lagos. See so many roads we are doing, so many bridges are being constructed. Look, we're doing a lot of things there. And we've gone and borrowed into over there. but not as massive as the country is doing. But at the same time, I'm not even against borrowing. Let me tell you. Because, look, yesterday I was watching the TV. America is the most indebted nation on earth. It's owing above $30 trillion. Trillion dollars. That's what America is doing. Go and see all the development. I saw there was a time on Google. I got the fact that most of those developed nations, all of them are owing, including China, that is borrowing us money. So there has to be something about this borrowing that I think is linked, is synonymous with a country's degree of development. There is no country that has been able to develop with only the resources that are available to them in their country. Every country at one point of time had always had to, seek for this infusion of funds from other sources. Might not even be from a country, it might be from conglomerate of financial institutions that will come with their financial ingenuity and bring up massive funds for you to use. And you put it to paper how you are going to pay over time by generating funds from what that infrastructure they are going to help you to build. That's the way it is. And you see, in Lagos we are giving our people hope, massive hope. It's Lagos that is allowing Nigerians to believe that it is true we can get there. If not Lagos, if not that Lagos is what it is now, a lot of us will not have hope for this country again. And all this we are saying about Lagos is because our father, our godfather, our whatever you like to call it, is my own father. It's because of what he has done to all of us there. He gave people like me a chance in politics. He encouraged people like me. I came into politics because there was a day he went on TV to announce that, look, guys, if you say politics is dirty and it's being practiced by hooligans and all the rest, it's whatever they can give you will get. So he used the opportunity to now advise that those of us that are professionals should come into politics. And that was I, as a medical doctor, I came into politics. And the rest is history. And he gave me every encouragement that I can never have expected. And believe me, I'm not the only one. There are several of us like that. So, if we will allow him, which I'm praying by the grace of God, we should allow him, he will do likewise for this country. He's going to come. He's not going to come blank. He's going to come with a prepared, well-researched into plan to take this country forward. That's what he did for Lagos. All he did in Lagos was not because he's a genius. No. But because, give it to him, he's a good administrator. He's a good manager of resources, both human, capital, and otherwise. He got the heads in Lagos, the most brilliant people in their individual profession. He got them together when he became government-elect and camped them in a hotel and asked them to please give him the kind of Lagos they would want to see. And they gave him the document, and it's the document that he followed to letter, and he modified it, added some things to it, and he brought it to all of us. And that's why Lagos is what it is today. So I am advising that every human being in this country should hope and pray that shall be there.
Yes, I do have a follow-up question. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Can on it because of
I'm hot.
Sir, we are talking about the chances of the national leader of APC occupying the #1 seat. And just recently, a day before yesterday, distinguished Senator Okocha declared his own interest to also go for the same position. And though his rumors is not yet confirmed, but I would like to put it in. The current Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, there is likely or chances of him also coming out for the same position. So is that not a challenge for the national leader with these two people on board for contesting the same position and also getting the ticket for the APC for the presidential?
I want to start by telling you more people are still going to come out. I also want to add at this juncture that to tell you, and that is politics. Everybody has the right to contest. We cannot say because our national leader is contesting, everybody should go and sit down. That will not be politics again. Everybody, if they got it in their mind that they have what it takes to govern, let them come. It's now left for us as a people, from party level to general populace, to say no, we want this. That's what democracy is all about. So it doesn't have anything to do with our leader. He will not even want him to be the only person in the race. He won't want it. So one competition. Competition will bring out the best in every one of us. So he will want that competition. So we are never afraid of that. We are all welcome. They are all welcome. They are all these people you have mentioned are my party people, my party leaders. Well, it's a family affair at that level. I will take care of our family issues when he gets there. Eh? That's all.
Louis Lamitai, for one question from her.
Okay, sir. Now, finally, sir, don't you think that Nigerians all want a younger person for that seat? Which, in my own reference, Okorocha, who just declared his intention for same position.
I want to tell you this. Your performance in government is not necessarily determined by your age, either you are young or old. No. Believe me sincerely, personally, I even want to go for the older person because you can't buy experience. And that experience is time-based. It's time-based, it's age-based. I am the father of my children because I have experience more than them. I am much experienced about the ways and things of life. You understand? I am older than them, and that's why I'm their father. And because they are from me directly. Abi? Those children, my children, cannot buy that experience and become like me overnight, can they? No. We cannot buy experience. We cannot push experience to the background. It's not possible. I'm not against youth coming into government. I'm a youth myself. I'm just 60. I'm not old. If you call me an old man, I will fight you. Messies, don't laugh at that. I am not old. I mean it. I'm young. I'm still bouncing. I can do what you can do. I can do what you can do. I have more experience than you. Any way you want to say it, I have. And one of the commonest way I will show him, I will bring the rags, the clothes I have used that are rags now, and I will tell him to go and bring his own. I will have more than him. And having rags more than him says a lot about what I've seen in life and what he has not seen. This life will throw up a lot of things at you. It's the experience that you have gotten that will take you through them. Sometimes knowledge will fail you. Quote me. Knowledge. Let you be PhD, let you be anything. They might come and not be able to perform and give us good governance. It's not about that. It's about the vision, the passion, the experience that have been gotten over years about how a person will manage people around him and that God has put around him. Asiwaju is a good manager of men and resources. I can tell you. Everybody knows all over the place. I'll tell you this. Without, being seen as a very proud person, what Asiwaju has been able to achieve with Lagos State is really a model of governance that should be taught everywhere in the world. And most of the states of this country now are being managed using that model. I was also a commissioner in Lagos State. I know the state came to understudy us on the way we take care of our environment. And it says a lot to us as a people. And it also gave us and encourage us to do more. So that because we are now aware that people are really looking, not only looking, they want to come, they are coming to us to get that thing we are doing. That's what Asiwaju has been able to do to Lagos. And I promise you, he will do it to Nigeria. He will do it to Nigeria. Some people will say it's because they are Asiwaju boys, they are Asiwaju this. Do you want me to run away from him because he's good? Or do you want me not to say it? I have told you he's not a God, though. He has his own shortcomings too. Definitely. I'll be foolish as a medical doctor of this level. I've been practicing medicine for 30-something years. I should know that people will have their faults, will have their own shortcomings. And Asiwaju is no exception to that. You cannot now start brandishing those shortcomings before me and say, on that basis, I will disqualify. It's a lie. Reasonable people don't reason like that. People that want progress, that want country to succeed, will not talk like that. And if you hear them talk like that, it's blatherdice. It's because they are politicians, they want to put our father to the ground. And God forbid, if there's still blood running through our own veins, water running through these veins, we will talk. And we will not allow anybody to put Asiwaju down. They won't allow it. But whatever it is, if by fair and fair election we come, they defeat us, so be it. We will take it. Because you know what? Asiwaju is a proper, genuine Democrat. We will take it. Well, you will not go and use any backhand business to want to put him out of this competition. No. Give him his chance. Let him have his own chance. Let's have a level playing ground. Whatever comes out of that, we'll take it. Okay? We'll take it.
Thank you so much for